Hey Virgo, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. This is your Tarot and Oracle forecast for July 2024. We're going to be getting insight specifically on ways of growth, because I've noticed that a lot of your readings lately, and I'll put links at the end of this video, but a lot of your readings have been about growth, financial, career growth, and growth in your independence and confidence with all of that. And it's looking really cool for you. So what I'd like today is to give you insight in that area. I'd like to ask Tarot what will be most beneficial for Virgos to know going through the month of July. And we're only going to take the tarot cards that fly out. If you've been to my channel before, you know that I just play a translator, and the tarot takes over the reading. If you'd like for me to pray for you and send you my good juju, say hi in the comments section, or even leave an emoji. That way I've got something of yours, your energy, that I can focus on. And I like to think that this is a beautiful way to kind of counteract any of the negative shit out there. Excuse my language. Flipping but not flying, we have obstacles and blocks are lifted. You got that, I think, for your last reading. I'm going to take one more. This is the Angels of Abundance Oracle deck for my Virgos. Yeah, and I encourage all of you guys to do that for one another as well. You know, it just feels good. It adds something special to your day. It adds something really positive to your day. Doing things for others. If you ever want to lift out of a funk, do something for others, right? So we have the Messenger of the Kingfisher from the Divine Feather Messenger deck. Prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you will receive it in the perfect form. Do you see what I mean with the theme going on here, you guys? We have face your financial fears. Do you see what I mean with the theme we've got going on here, guys? When you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you in fact have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. Fantastic podcast is how I built this. If you guys are entrepreneurial at all, if you're building anything on your own, it interviews entrepreneurs, and they all have something in common. They experienced major losses or quote unquote failures before they had their biggest breakthroughs. Fascinating stuff. Third card, obstacles and blocks are lifted. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away as well. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Yes, stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. Right on. So you guys, we're going to get messages for Virgo, July 2024 from our tarot. And you guys, if you can, please just tap that like button. That would mean so much. That's the way I'm trying to grow, right? Let's scratch each other's backs here. All right. So for our Virgos, only taking the cards that fly out on their own, what they need to know about this growth, what's going to help them in July 2024 about this growth. Flipping but not flying, we've got the Nine of Wands. This is that fortitude. Sometimes you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to feel tired, but that tiredness doesn't mean you're going to give up. That tiredness means you're putting forth the right amount of energy for what you're doing. Like, let me say that in a better way. That tiredness, when you wake up, it's not there to wear you out and make you stop. It's there to show you how hard you're willing to work for something that you believe in. It's there as your meter of how much you want something, how much you believe in it. So we have 10 of Swords. Something ends and quickly is replaced by something absolutely abundant. This might start out small, but it could grow really large, much bigger than you expect. The Wheel of Fortune is your luck is turning for the better. This is a karmic card to remind you that you're exactly where you need to be at the perfect moment. Take heed, you guys. Knight of Swords. This is information, somebody coming through quickly with something to get off their chest or to talk to you about something. We're going to unpack that. This is really positive energy with the sun. The sun is shining on you guys. And again, more news coming through. So this could be quick travel, or it's just quick messages. This is usually good news coming at you. So you'll notice I've said the word quick quite a bit in your reading so far. There is this transformation. There's information, communication, clarity is going to be huge in the month of July, and it looks like it's delivering some really great results. Let's unpack these. What's this 10 of Swords for my Virgos? What's this 10 of Swords? Floating out, we've got collaboration, and tell me more about this. Okay, so I don't want to misspeak, so I want to, okay. So there's a collaboration for you guys, a lot of you guys, that was not working, and I think you wanted it to work. I think it could have been a really cool thing, like if y'all have things had flowed, you went into it with really good intentions, and I think you even wanted to have like almost a friendly, jovial, nudge nudge kind of relationship with these coworkers or collaborators. This could even be with the Three of Pentacles. This could even be hired for something, right? But there was instead the energy, I think, turned, and you felt a little stuck in it, and it needed to, for some reason, this worked out exactly the way it needed to ignore the inevitable end to this specific collaboration would have been putting off something like a big wake-up call. Judgment card comes out upside down. That was really something it was time for it to end. It ended in a timely way because you are moving on to Empress energy. So something blows up. For some of you guys, and blows up in a good way. Some of you guys, this could have been the catalyst over here for going independent, going entrepreneurial. This could have been the catalyst for growing something that maybe you were just giving a little bit of your time and effort to because this was taking so much of your energy. And so now you turn around and face it, and unbeknownst to you, it grows bigger and quicker than you expect. So that's the energy here. Tell me more about the Empress, please, for my Virgos. And it doesn't surprise me at all. Clarity. July is all about clarity, messages, information for you. This is like a learning part of them. This is really good for a time for communicating, for learning, for researching, for growing in that area. And it doesn't surprise me at all that like your last reading was, I think, called breaking through the imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome, if you're not familiar with that term, is kind of this funny thing that happens to a lot of us when we're actually like jumping into kind of a glow up or a new career, or we're wearing a new coat, basically. And while it's something we may be well versed in and totally capable of doing, because it's a new role in our life, we can almost feel like we're faking it. We can be like, I don't know, do I really know what I'm doing? Maybe I do. And we just have to break through. The only way to deal with that is just to keep going, and then the confidence comes and all the positive reinforcement and feedback comes. But it takes courage, because it takes the courage to actually take the first steps, even though you feel like, am I the real deal? And you really are. So anyway, this is about you building, taking those courageous first steps. Wheel of Fortune. What is this? Being the boss in your own life. Wheel of Fortune. What is this? Wheel of Fortune. What is this? I know it starts out small. I know it starts out careful. I know you're wondering, like, do I have this leadership quality? For some of you guys are questioning, like, do I have this quality? Do I have the qualities required to really make this happen? And Strength card confirms that you do. But you are in this place of like a little bit self-protection mode. You could even be like conservative in what you're spending your money on. Maybe you're saving, because, keep going, Virgo. There is a prize waiting for you. The wheel turns. It changes your perspective, and it changes all that comes with that. It changes what you're drawing to yourself, right? And we're like, gosh, there was this video I just saw. I should put it in the link, or I should put the link down below in the description box. This guy was talking about, you know, how energy works, and it's not all woo-woo. It's like quite scientific. Like attracts like, you guys. And so it's like tuning into a station. And so you have to match that vibration, that frequency of the events and the people and the places and things that you want in your life. So what do you do to do that? How do you change your frequency to match that which you want? A great way is music. A great way, like think about when you're driving and a great song comes on and all of a sudden you're all hyped up and you're dancing in your seat. You just changed your frequency. That's a great example. All of you guys have different things that can, I mean, leave it in the comments. I would love to know, because I will try it out myself. I would love to know how you change your frequency. How do you make it more calm? How do you bring it up? More amplitude, you know? All of that. It's fascinating to me. Watering my plants brings me peace. Cools me off. Knight of Swords. Who's this messenger? Somebody wants to have a conversation with you, Virgo. That's our Nine of Wands that flipped earlier. In July. Okay, again with the swords. So this could even be over social media. It could be through LinkedIn or, Instagram. It could be somebody sliding into your DMs. I would take this information slightly with a grain of salt. I would take this individual, keep them at arm's length, and that's not because they're bad in any way, but you be aware of opinions flying around there, especially in virtual land, social media and all that stuff with the Page of Swords. Be aware of, like, keep at arm's length the talk around the water cooler type of stuff. You have victory in this, which is an interesting thing coming up here. And there could be basically these are opinions that you may not agree with. I think your victory card is coming up because I think you refocus that energy. You've refocused that frequency. And you know why I think that? It's because you got the sun coming up here. So this is basically a distraction that happens in July, and it's going to be probably on social media or somebody sharing their opinion, somebody reaching out with their opinion on something, even possibly to you personally, and you being like, oh, nice try. I got to redirect my focus. Sorry, my energy goes here. And that's where we have the sun opening up a new deck, because we've used so many to understand the sun. Tell me about this good news coming in for my Virgos, and tell me about the sun. For my Virgos. Tell me about the Seven of Swords and the sun. My energy is getting faster. I'm feeling okay. So what did I say earlier about the energy, right? Or excuse me, the information and clarity. July is all about communication and clarity. Something you're going to be so grateful for in hindsight is clarity on a situation that needed to come to an end. It could be, because we're getting the same card here, it could be the same ending with this collaboration that was happening. I think you're going to have some clarity on some type of deception, wool being pulled over your eyes, and that could just be further clarity that they were not your cup of tea, and that project was taking away from something that it was waiting for you to pay attention to it so it could grow. It's like it's coming out with this big gratitude, happy card, and it's because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, thank God I got out of the anxiety-ridden place, looked forward towards my future and possible plans, and then put an end to that. And you're going to be so happy about it, right? So then we have this information coming through, this news. Tell me about this for my Virgos. Boom, boom. Page of Wands, open-minded. You're going to get busy, you guys. You're going to have to reprioritize some things. It's a good problem to have. Yeah. So this news that's coming towards you, and possible travel, I have to say that. with the Eight of Wands. This is happening quick, and be ready for it. It's going to require an open mind, and it's going to require, and I think it's going to make you feel super excited, enthusiastic, but you will have to most likely reprioritize some things, and work is going to be, what is this, Ada? It's long-term though. That's what's important to tell you, is it's long-term. Make sure, okay, this is what it's telling you. Here's tarot kind of calling you out. You are a hard worker, Virgo, but make sure that you don't procrastinate on this. This is follow your intuition, and you might get out of alignment with the intuition, and that what kicks us out of alignment with intuition is usually ego. So when this comes in, it's going to make you excited, enthusiastic. You may have to reprioritize. Be careful of any kind of bad habits that could spawn from ego. That could be, in this case, possibly procrastination. This is like, to give you a silly example, the story of the tortoise and the hare. And the tortoise just starts on the race right away, slow as can be, and the hare is like, hey, it takes me 2 seconds. I'm going to just take a nap. It's fine. I'll catch up later. So don't be the hare, right? Don't be the rabbit. Because this is really going to, if you pursue this actively in that heart of passion and enthusiasm and childlike excitement, this could really turn out to be a long-term beneficial, financially beneficial situation. All right, you guys, this was a really fun reading to do for you. I hope it was helpful. Reach out if you'd like a personal reading. All the information is in the description box below, and take good care of yourselves. Mwah.